So that's how Kite Man's gonna find out about Harley and Ivy. Man, Dr. Psycho, for someone that's so small, is a big deal. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Crossin Streams. As always, I am your host, the real Gino Reynolds, and today we're going to be continuing our look at Season 2 of the Harley Quinn series on the DC Universe streaming service. This time, Episode 12, entitled Lovers Quarrel. When we last left off, the Joker had gotten back with his girlfriend, and Ivy had come to their house. Harley was going to tell Ivy, I do love you, take a chance. And Ivy says, I'm going to kill you. So the beginning of the episode has Harley and Ivy fighting with the Joker just sitting back watching. As he's just like, I'm just gonna take in the show. And he makes a comment about violence being a part of his and Harley's relationship too. And he doesn't show back up till the end to make a comment that's not really important to the plot. Kite Man ends up coming in and saving Harley from Ivy, and they go to Kite Man's apartment. We learn that Dr. Psycho still has Clayface and King Shark, but they aren't being mind controlled at the moment. But he does use them later under mind control to fight with Poison Ivy. Darkseid ends up contacting Dr. Psycho, and he's like, have you gotten Harley Quinn yet? And he's like, we're working on it. And he's like, I'll be there soon. You better have her. So, of course, he sends Poison Ivy, King Shark, and Clayface to go look for Harley. The Justice League end up going after Poison Ivy to stop her. It's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. I don't know where the rest of the Justice League are right now. Back home, wherever they're going. As the three of them go to fight Poison Ivy, and of course King Shark and Clayface show up. Harley, at Kite Man's apartment, she's trying to figure out why, or what happened with Psy. Why wasn't Psy Borgman controlled by Dr. Psycho's mind control? And at the end of the episode, he gave Harley his eye, and the eye ends up doing Morse code, which Kite Man recognizes, and it says plug me in. So they plug him into a TV, and he basically tells them how to turn this eyeball, this consciousness that is Cyborgman, into like a whole computer system to build devices that will keep the mind control from working. But while Kite Man is working on that, Harley sees the Justice League going after Poison Ivy, so she goes to stop them because she's afraid that they're going to kill Poison Ivy, which they do confirm that they are going to try to do that. So she goes after them. She has to fight off the Justice League as well as the rest, as well as King Shark and Clayface and Poison Ivy as well. So there's lots of battles going on. King Shark and Clayface are taken out by the Justice League, and they all go after Ivy, but Ivy ends up using one of her pheromone potions. It's her like love potion number 9, basically, on the Justice League. So Batman and Wonder Woman are kind of flirting like they're gonna go get it on, and Superman's like touching my pecs and stuff like that to to Harley. So while they're incapacitated, Poison Ivy grabs Harley and takes her to Dr. Psycho. But right before that, Darkseid shows up, and he's like, where are they? It's like they're on their way. So they finally get there, and Kite Man secretly shows up and is able to hand Harley the 2 devices that they could build. They only had enough materials to build 2 devices to stop the mind control. He gives one to Harley, says, give the other one to Poison Ivy. He goes, she's like, what's your plan? He goes, the power of true love. He goes and he kisses Poison Ivy, who smiles. And he's like, hey, it worked. And then she knocks him out. Then Dr. Psycho he's like, get her. So Poison Ivy and Harley fight. Harley is getting the worst of it, and Poison Ivy's trying to choke her out. Harley says, "Here goes nothing," after she's dropped the mind control device, and she kisses Poison Ivy. And while the power of love didn't really truly work, the power of girl-on-girl action did for for Dr. Psycho. He loses his concentration, which takes the mind control off of Poison Ivy. So so just for a split second, Harley's able to grab the mind control blocker, put it in Poison Ivy's ear. And Riddler's like, "Focus." He's like, "Fine." But then, of course, the mind control doesn't work. Darkseid's like, have you failed me?" And Dr. Psycho's like, "No, I'm still all powerful." And Poison Ivy's like, "Yeah, sure you are." Grabs him with a plant, and they bash his helmet, and he no longer has control over anything. So they've taken him out. Darkseid ends up offering Harley the same deal. He's like, "I'm impressed by what you did. You can have the power to rule the world if you want." She's like, "No, I don't want it. I don't even know if I'm a bad guy anymore." And he goes, "Fine." He goes, "I'm going to come back at some other point and destroy your planet or terraform your planet. I'll be back someday." And he leaves. Harley goes to Poison Ivy, tells her how she feels. She's like, "Take a chance. I know it might ruin our friendship if something bad happens, but take a chance. Love is a chance." And they're holding hands, and Kite Man wakes up, so they quickly let go of each other's hands. So Kite Man's like, "Did I miss a joke?" I hate missing inside jokes. Dr. Psycho stirs and he says, "Don't worry, I'll tell you the joke." And he projects an image over, well, you think it's just Gotham, but it also makes it to Bane's prison as well. So who knows how far the image is projected, but he projects the images of the Themyscira trip and of Poison Ivy and Harley having their time at Themyscira together, which of course makes Dr. Psycho pass out after that because he needs a cigarette now, if you know what I'm saying. But Kite Man sees this, and that's where we end up. You have the three of them standing there just dumbfounded, not knowing what to do. I liked this episode, I really did, but I just don't know where that's going to leave Kite Man. They're obviously going to go with the Harley Ivy storyline, and I am more than fine with that. I mean, their characters are best friends, and it all works. It all works for me. But I hate seeing Kite Man get broken. I hope they don't do something stupid with Kite Man, making him a villain or something like that, right? I want to see Kite Man happy too. He's a great character. If he's not ending up with Ivy, that's fine. Even though I really dug their love story. But making Ivy and Harley end up together I'm fine with that too. That's a good story too. But where does that leave Kite Man? That's the only thing is I hope they don't ruin the character of Kite Man. I did like that at the end of the episode, a lot of people see this imagery that Dr. Psycho's throwing up there. King Shark makes a comment on how it's going to mess with the team dynamic. Bane sees it. Joker sees it. He's like, that's gonna, or he goes, she's still limber or something like that. Batgirl and Jim Gordon cover each other's eyes. I mean, everyone knows now. So it's a pretty solid episode. It makes me curious where they're going to go. Are they going to rush Darkseid back for the next episode? What's going to happen in the next episode? I'm really curious on what they're going to do. Because you've got, of course, they're going to deal with this, Kite Man, Ivy, Harley thing, but what else are we going to have? I mean, Dr. Psycho's been incapacitated. Joker, at the moment, is living the home life. So I don't know where they're going to go, but I am curious. I am very, very curious for that final episode of this season. That's going to be all for this edition of Crossin Streams. If you like what you've heard here, please subscribe to the Real Gino YouTube channel. Like this video. You have anything to say about episode 12 of season 2 of the Harley Quinn series on the DC Universe streaming service entitled Lover's Quarrel, please feel free to leave a comment in the section below. Till next time, I'm your host, the Real Gino Reynolds. See you later, puddins.